All right, let's get into it. This whole explainer is based on some really sharp thinking from marketing professor Alexander Chernev, and it tackles a huge idea that a company's brand isn't just its logo. It's not just a name. It's really the very core of its entire strategy.
So here's how we're going to break it down. First, we'll look at the complete toolkit that pretty much every business has at its disposal. Then we're going to get into the internal debate, the big argument about where value really comes from. And from there, we'll land on the brand's unique job and, how you actually manage the thing.
You see, before we can really zero in on the brand's role, we kind of have to zoom out and see the bigger picture. We need to look at all the tools, all the levers a company can pull to create value for its customers.
And that toolkit has a name you've probably heard before, the marketing mix. It's basically this set of 7 attributes that managers get to play with to define what they're selling and hopefully create some real value in the market. These are your fundamental levers.
And here they are, the whole shebang. You've got your product, the thing you sell, the service that goes with it, the price you set, incentives like discounts, communication, which is your advertising and all that, and distribution, how you get it to people. And look, right there in the middle of it all is brand. But here's the key thing to notice. It's just one of 7. Let's make this a little more real.
Let's take a company we all know, like Starbucks. The product, well, that's the coffee and the pastries. The service is the barista, the free Wi-Fi, the place to sit. The brand is that famous green siren logo and that feeling you get when you walk in. Price is obvious. Incentives are the stars you collect on your app. Communication is their ads, and distribution is just their massive network of stores everywhere. See how each one of these plays its own distinct role in creating that total Starbucks experience?
Okay, now this is where it gets really interesting. Because inside any company, there's this constant debate happening, whether it's spoken or not. Different teams, different departments, all believe that their lever, their piece of the puzzle is the most important one. And that creates this natural and honestly pretty healthy tension.
So which one is it? What's the most critical attribute for success? I mean, this is the exact question that gets argued over in boardrooms and strategy meetings every single day. Let's actually listen in on the different perspectives because they all kind of have a point.
First up, you've got the engineers and the product people. For them, the argument is crystal clear. Without a fantastic product, nothing else matters. They'll point to a company like Apple or Gillette and say, look, our brand would be absolutely worthless if we weren't making game-changing stuff. The product is the foundation of everything. But hold on, here comes the finance team. And from where they sit, it's all about the bottom line. To them, price is the true engine of the business. Why? Because it's the only one of these 7 things that actually brings money in. Everything else, product development, service, marketing, is a cost. So for them, getting the price right is the most critical job there is.
Meanwhile, you've got the sales and operations folks chiming in, and they'll tell you that a great product at a great price is, well, useless if nobody can actually buy it. They believe it's all about access. Getting the product into customers' hands is everything. Distribution, they'll argue, trumps all.
And finally, you have the people who live and breathe customer experience, the service managers. They'll argue that the real heart of the business is exceptional service. They'll bring up companies like Zappos or Nordstrom, who built these incredibly loyal followings almost entirely on how they treated their customers. And for them, that great experience is what creates true value and ultimately what builds a powerful brand. So who's right? The product people, finance, sales, the service champions? Well, here's the big reveal. The crucial point is they're all right. And the brand? The brand is the thing that brings all of their essential contributions together into one single powerful idea.
This is really the key insight of this whole thing. The brand isn't just another item on the list. It's more like the container that holds the value created by all the other items. It's the shorthand. It communicates the value of your cool product, your amazing service, your smart pricing, and your great distribution, all bundled together as one simple promise to the customer.
And that right there is why brand management is so incredibly important. It's not just about logos. It's the process of managing the total value you're showing to the world. So with that in mind, let's look at how this turns into a real practical action plan.
Okay, so now that we've framed the brand as this master synthesizer of value, we can start to outline what you actually need to do to manage it well. This is the playbook.
It all starts with defining the value. What do you actually stand for? Then you design the things people will see and remember, the name, the logo, the tagline. After that, you've got to communicate it. But it's not a one-time thing. You have to keep managing it, evolving it as things change, constantly measuring its impact, and then refining your plan. It's a continuous cycle, really,
to make sure your brand stays strong and accurately reflects all the value your entire company is creating.
So, the ultimate goal here is to build a brand that's so strong it creates real market value simply by holding a meaningful place in your customers' minds. The big takeaway is that brand management isn't just some fluffy marketing function. No, it's a core strategic discipline for pulling together and communicating your company's total value to the world.
And that brings us to the final question, the one to take back to your own team. Look at those 7 levers: your product, your service, your price, all of them. Which of them is your brand failing to fully capture and communicate right now? Because a truly strong brand, it leaves no value on the table.